God can heal the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. God promises in His Word to heal the broken heart and to bind up all wounds. I cannot speak for anyone else, but that gives me great comfort. Psalm chapter 147 verse 3. Niv. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. Niv. The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives and release from darkness for the prisoners. I believe there is healing for the brokenhearted and God can reach down into any isolated human being and heal their wounds. What exactly is a wounded soul? A wounded soul is known as a broken or crushed spirit. According to Proverb 18:14, a man's spirit sustains him in times of sickness, but a crushed spirit who can bear? According to the book of Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. What does it mean for a soul to be wounded? It means hurt or injury to a part of our spirit or any of the faculties of our soul like will, emotions, and mind. It means an injury has been done to a dark area of your being. Others cannot see the damage except through your behaviors and how you conduct yourself. One or more areas inside you get more affected by the hurt than others. The severity of the injury or pain determines its effects on you as an individual. The adverse impacts of a wounded soul can be either physical, spiritual, emotional, social, or materialistic. According to the scriptures, a soul that is with wounds is harder to deal with than a body with physical wounds and ailments. When your body is sick, the effect can be reduced if your soul is healthy, but nothing can make your soul lighter. God is more than able to heal a wounded soul and cure a sick spirit. As the great physician, God has all the medications required to mend a broken spirit and heal a wounded soul no matter the cause and severity. Your soul is the fuel of your life. It is important to ensure the soul is as stable as it can be at all times. When the health and well-being of the soul are compromised by any negative experience or circumstances, life becomes broken generally. The body may still look very attractive, healthy and expensive despite the wounds the soul has sustained. A wounded soul is not something felt only by the poor and oppressed. It affects people of all races and classes. This lends credence to what Jesus said in Luke chapter 12 verse 15, which says, "A man's life does not consist of the multitude of his possession." People over time have rephrased this as, "Money cannot buy happiness." There are several people with wounded souls living today. Some have become emotional wrecks, some nervous wretches, and some maniacs, while some have become unbalanced, all as a result of a wounded soul. Several factors can inflict these injuries on the soul. These factors can be spiritual, financial, or social. This is why it is important to allow God to heal the broken spirit and mend the wounded soul. How can we recognize our wounds? People around us make us understand our wounds. People like our spouses who infuriate us or fail to meet our needs. Our employer or colleague who loves to push us beyond our limits. Our kids who go out of their way to do the exact opposite of what we would want them to do. Our friends who betray and disappoint us. All these people and others who try to demean or control you make up your path for learning, and are called your teachers. Below are 7 tested and trusted steps you can take to heal wounded souls.